Hey guys, so it's Bree again, back with you on Saturday. This is week 5 of Translove Take 2, which is super exciting. This week's topic is talking about to celebrate every chin hair, to not celebrate every chin hair, kind of remembering the small things, but also remembering that this transition is about you and remembering that not all of your life is revolving around this transition. I think it's really important, so I might rant about that. So I think it's kind of funny that this week's topic is about, celebrating every chin hair because literally, what was it, a week and a half ago, he got his first chin hair and I talked a little bit about it in my last video. And so that was a super exciting time for him, and it was super exciting for me as well because I could just tell he was so excited. I think that's kind of like a big step once you take testosterone, is getting your first facial hair, because it's when you're a woman, whether you're hairy or not, he's Mexican, so that's already no big deal. But it's kind of different. It's oh, I'm supposed to have that hair now. I'm supposed to have a beard or a mustache or whatever. And I think that's really cool because it is different. It's not just oh, dang, I have to shave my legs again. I'm slowly becoming a man because, it's kind of seen manly to have a beard or a mustache. So that was really cool for him. And we didn't, go throw a party or anything, but, he was super excited, and I did my little happy dance, and I told him how cute I thought it was, and now every time I see, another hair, I tell him, oh, that's so cute, and he thinks it's really annoying, but, oh, well, that's what I'm here for. But we definitely do celebrate, the little things, because without the little things, I don't think the whole transition would really matter that much, and it's those little things that are really, showing signs of progress, and it's more progress than he saw than 6 months ago before he even came out. And so those are things that I get really happy about. There's some signs of progress that I don't get so happy about. He got his first, not his first because he's had one before, but he got a new packer, and something like that is very oh my gosh, you got a packer, I'm so happy for you, that's kind of part of the transition that I really have to step back and be okay, am I really excited about this? I can be happy for him, but when he asks me things all right, babe, how does it look? I'm just it looks great, because I have been more attracted to women, so when he asks me questions like that, it's kind of oh, I don't really know what to say. But getting his first binder was also a big step for him, and that was really exciting, and it was kind of cool to see the difference between him with or without a binder. And I didn't think it was going to make a big difference with his binder, but it does, and I think that's really cool. So it is important to celebrate those little things, in my opinion. No, you don't have to go throw a party, you don't have to give him a cake every single time, or, do this whole big shebang thing, but just reminding him, oh, that's super great, that's awesome, I'm happy for you, because I think that makes things a lot easier for him, and even though he might not be fully transitioned yet, it kind of shows him that he's getting there, and I think that's super important. But on the other hand, I do think it is so important to really step back and think about yourself too, because I know there have been times, I haven't really talked to him about this, but there have been times where I've been super excited about something, but it doesn't near measure up to anything, any of his accomplishments, getting his prescription for testosterone. How do I measure up to that? I don't, and so I forget that I can be happy for random things about myself too. And usually I'm pretty good about telling him everything that I'm happy about, or if something exciting happens in my life. But there are times where I'm oh, well, he's really excited about his transition, so I'm not going to kind of rain on that parade, or I'm not going to say anything that makes him not think about his transition because I don't want to be that girlfriend. But stepping back and realizing it's okay to be happy with something other than the transition. It's not all about the transition. Obviously a good portion of it is, especially if you're on testosterone and you're going through that full transition. But if it's not, then it's okay to really be okay, let's stop, we don't need to talk about the transition anymore, Sometimes when he gets another chin hair, like, I don't need to talk about it. He doesn't need to talk about it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, he's gotten his first one and his first, like, few. So I think that's kind of, like, the important stuff. Now it's just like, okay, whatever. You got another one. Like, now you're just going to have to shave. Sorry about it. But yeah, so I think it is important to celebrate the little things, but as well thinking about you and realizing that some of these changes might be a little difficult. Like some of the other girls have talked about, like, you know, okay, it is kind of hard using the word losing because you don't want to say like, oh, well, I'm losing this person, because you're not. Like, it's still that person, and it's still the person that you fell in love with. But it's like little pieces of it is changing, transitioning, I guess. That's why they call it that. But like, again, with the Packer, that was kind of hard for me. Like, okay, you know, like, that is definitely not a womanly thing. Like, this is official. You're officially, like, fully transitioning, and I have to accept that. And you can, like, not be okay with that. And I think it takes time to really fully process that. And I'm sure sooner or later I'm gonna be like, oh, awesome, you got a new Packer? That's so cool. But, like, right now I'm like, okay, let's talk about your chin hairs. But yeah, so it's important to celebrate the little things, but don't forget about you as well. And you can be happy about things not related to the transition. So yeah, that's kind of my little quick synopsis on week 5 video. Next week we're doing an open topic, and I can be completely honest with you, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about yet. So I'm kind of just going to wait to see how that goes. But yeah, I can't wait to see y'all next week, and I hope y'all subscribe if y'all haven't already, and I hope y'all keep watching. And thanks for everything. Bye.